Hi there, and welcome to another episode of How To with Herman, the place to get your project management tips to put you one step ahead of the rest. Okay, so today I will look at how to create project requirements for your project. So let's dive in. Now, project requirements are the building blocks of any project, and it's essential that you collect the project requirements before you just jump in and start doing the project. Think of requirements as the foundations of a house. Without strong foundations, a house will fall down eventually. And it is the same it's the same with a project without solid project requirements. So let's have a more detailed look at what project requirements are. Okay, so what is requirements really? And I can explain it at the hand of this little picture over here. Now, project requirements, let me start off by the picture. So here you can see on the top left-hand side, this is how the customer explained the project with all the requirements. So they want a swing set with 3 tiers, the Rolls-Royce of swings. Okay, second picture here. This is how the project leader or the project manager understood it. So you can see there's already a difference between them. This is if you have an analyst and the analyst comes in and they need to start designing certain things. So you can see there's a difference already there. And if you maybe have a programmer, they need to write some programming. And this is now how the project looks. And then at the end, they decide, oh, everything is not working out and no one knows what's going on. So they try to fix it. And now at the end of the day, it looks like this. And actually, this is what the client required from the beginning. Right, so this is the challenge that we sit with requirements. So most probably your client will tell you what they want, not exactly what they need. But you need to find out what the needs of the client is at the end of the day, because you need to build the project requirements on the needs, not the wants. Because the wants are emotional things and they will change during the project, but the needs are facts. Those are the actual building blocks of the project. So you can see now in this little picture, requirements or getting requirements is not such an easy thing to do. And we need to ask the right questions of our clients. So we need to ask them why. Why do you need this swing set? And why don't you need this specific one here? Which one will give you the best result at the end of the day? And what do you need? Not exactly what, and not what you want, because wants are emotional requests, as I've mentioned. Okay, so think of this when you start putting requirements together. Right, so let's look at a practical example of how to collect requirements. Now, in the example that I gave you here, I just used an office chair as an example of a project. Right, so we can collect the requirements for a project from our client, as I've mentioned before, but then we need to make sure that we categorize the requirements. And in this example, you can see I have functional requirements, technical requirements, and quality requirements at the end of the day. You can have other requirements like health and safety or environmental requirements. It depends on your project. But for now, I'm going to go with these 3. And also in the template that you need to complete, we will go with these 3 requirements. So if we look at functional requirements, that is actually what the project or the product must do at the end of the day. So the first sentence here, the office chair must be black in color with black padded armrest. So when you do write down requirements, do it in short, clear sentences that you know exactly what the need is from the client's side. Okay, technical requirements. So the office chair must be able to be height and reach adjustable. And then quality requirements, there must be a 2-year guarantee on the chair by the manufacturer. And so you go on with each and every one of these different sections, and you write down as many requirements as needed to make sure that you understand what the client's needs are. So for your functional requirements, maybe you'll have 20. For the technical requirements, you have 30 or 40. And for the quality requirements, you have 5. But you need to do it until you are satisfied that you understand exactly what the client's needs are. Right, so let's have a look at the different techniques that you can utilize in order to get requirements from your clients. Okay, so the first one there is reuse existing requirements. And that is a very important place to start off in your project, because a lot of times we do the same kind of projects again and again in an organization. So you can utilize the requirements that's been done before, either in your own projects, or if someone else has done the project before, you can utilize their requirements, and that will help you a lot to set up your project correctly. Number two, build prototypes. So in a lot of industries, people build a prototype. So for example, they build a small prototype of a house or a factory or whatever, and then people can immediately see what is right and what is wrong, and you can then change requirements by visually looking at the model. Interview end users. Very important. So you talk to your end users and you find out what exactly are their requirements, what are their needs, what must the product at the end of the day be able to do that you are going to deliver through your project. And then conduct group requirement sessions. So yes, that's where you sit with your stakeholders and your client, and you go through these sessions and you talk to them and you ask them what the requirements are from their side, that you know exactly what you need to do in the project and how you need to build the foundation of the project, that it's firm, and that there's no gaps when you start actually putting the project plan together. Just remember that requirements can change throughout the life cycle of the project. So although requirements definition is done in the beginning of the project, we normally revisit the project requirements constantly throughout the project in order to ensure that they are still valid. And because there are so many changes that are happening in a project, the requirements will change on a consistent basis. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you will do your project requirements with confidence. So please remember to subscribe to our channel, that you can be notified when we upload new videos. See you in the next video. Bye for now.